Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot Convention with the Weekly Comic Roundup. We've got a pretty decently sized haul of Marvel and Image books, so let's get started with X Factor number 4. Where we left off in X Factor, well, the team was, yeah, they're a ragtag group of mutants, currently led by Havoc because Angel was hospitalized for the first mission. But the team had managed to destroy an AI-run moon base, which was potentially a danger to Earth, and the origins of Granny Smite had been revealed. So anyways, this issue opens at the Factor House. Apparently, Pyro has had to get his face tattoo removed, which sucks because it looked pretty cool. And but they have a mission to the center of the Earth. And we find out that Cecilia Reyes joined the team to get over a relationship. And while deciding who's going to be on the team for the mission, Havoc decides that Granny Smite will sit this one out, even though as it's too dangerous. But she says she welcomes death, but Havoc points out that while he appreciates her positive attitude, they're going deep beneath the surface of the Earth, and if they get buried down there, and she can't die. And, well, she hadn't considered that. So, the team shows up at Alamogordo Superboard. Basically, they made two subterranean crafts to explore to the center of the Earth. X Factor is taking the second one, Nematode, as the first one is trapped in the caverns below the surface of the Earth. But it's supposed to be a rescue mission. They're supposed to save the scientists that were in the first craft. So the team consists of Frenzy, because there might be things to hit. The craft's been has lost contact. Contact's been lost with the first craft. So yeah, Pyro, he might be useful. Havoc and Cecilia Reyes, because she's a doctor, and a loner mutant, who's apparently a teleporter. And the teleporter turns out to be Cecilia's ex, Oscar. But the nematode is dropped towards the center of the Earth. Oscar tries to tell Cecilia what happened, why it is that he basically ghosted her. But as the craft is making its way through the surface of the Earth, um, they stop. And because the craft's been derailed. And so Havoc states that they know where the first craft derailed. So the Havoc, Pyro, and Frenzy go down, and looks like there's at least some oxygen to make fire. And Havoc figures they need to search for the scientists in the first craft. Turns out that Oscar got involved with X-Term. But and he was told his first mission with them was basically destroy a military base full of child soldiers, and he couldn't do it. 3 days after that, Oscar's parents were murdered, and he realized that if X-Term couldn't find him, well, they'd kill anyone that was close to him. And so that's why he broke up with ghosted Cecilia. He didn't want her to get killed because of his association with X-Term, because he loved her. The rest of the team ends up finding some very big subterranean spiders that are also, they find what's left of the first craft, the Ori, ORI. Cecilia points out that him not telling her about his association with X-Term should have been her choice, or not wanting to know about the things he'd done should have been her choice rather than his. And he imagined that if he joined X Factor, maybe they could start over, and maybe they'd be safe. He says that as the spiders, which are drawn to reflective surfaces, like metal, are closing in on the nematode. But Frenzy, Havoc, and Pyro take on the giant spiders. And the giant spiders have made their way toward the to the nematode. But Oscar manages to get the spider away from the nematode, and the Oscar's saved by the rest of the team. Havoc is able to, or Pyro is able to basically make a welding arc for those flames, and weld the last remains of the Ori onto the nematode, and it seems that Cecilia and Oscar have rekindled their romance, and that is where the issue ends. Solid issue. I mean, I do kind of hope maybe they might get the X-Men might deal with some at least more comical supervillain types, but we'll see. Moving on though to our next book, we've got X-Force number 5. Where we left off, the team was trying to deal with Nuclo, and turned out that Man-Thing had run into Man-Thing, the Guardian Nexus of Realities, and an Avengers lineup. And led by Storm. And this Storm knows Forge, or at least a Forge. And so the Avengers and X-Force attack the Avengers and X-Force have a fight, but with Storm focusing on Forge and asking him why he's trying to destroy the world, but he says he is not, and takes her down. However, apparently this Avengers team has had a run-in with Phoenix, the Jean Grey Phoenix, and so Rachel does her does the massive Phoenix bit, and manages to convince the Avengers to, that X-Force is not their enemy. And they've also been, these Avengers have also encountered Nuclo. But, and we're tracking Nuclo just in time to see Man-Thing shattered. But as the Avengers and X-Force tashings out, Man-Thing reforms, and Sage hypothesizes that since Man-Thing is reforming, the threat to the Nexus must be, well, near, and Nuclo gets up. Combined attack of X-Force and the Avengers, well, leads to Nuclo disappearing. And Forge states that he's figured out what the fracture is. The rifts, the portals, they're opening all over the world. Nuclo is linking the dimensional nexus points. If he completes 3 points, only 3, all the portals would stay open. The world gets flooded with monsters forever. Looks for nexus points, and apparently monsters are popping up on other locations such as Folding Beach in Taiwan, outside of Merle, Alaska, the Gulf of Guinea, Ngaba Bay in Canada, and the X-Force and the Avengers team up to attack Nuclo. Um, and Surge has an idea, basically super overcharging herself, and uses that to take down Nuclo and burn herself out, literally. The Avengers vanish as the fracture is sealed, but Surge is dead, and Sage quits the team. And that is where the issue ends. Ugh. It's a little sad to see Surge die. I mean, I'd rather just one member of the team die than the whole team, as it cover promises, but yeah. Moving on, though, to our last book for the moment, we've got X-Men number 7. Where we left off, a little girl who'd been brought to an anti-mutant, to a protest at the factory, thought she was a mutant, and signaled this to Temper. Temper recruited Magic to basically kidnap the girl, and putting her the girl's mother to to sleep mystically, and basically using magic to put her to sleep. So the issue opens months ago. Outside of Merle, Alaska, at a Cimarron Family Lodge. And Cyclops is drinking. He has a visitor, however. This visitor asked, said he thought Cyclops always had a plan. And what step towards victory is, day drinking. Cyclops says that the one where he tries to just imagine what exactly victory might look like. It's been so long, he's forgotten. Everything he worked for over the last couple of years, that he bled and died for, is gone. Even Jean's gone, out in space, where she has to be. His visitor should have to be Magneto. Who, opts to join Cyclops in a beer. But it's clear Magneto's trying to recruit an X-Men team. The issue vacillates between the events of what's known as the Iron Knight in rural Alaska and the present. In the present, Piper, the young girl, takes is tested to see if she's a mutant. Beast takes a strand of her hair and will, find out. Psylocke is apparently rather critical of what Temper's done. Largely saying that, with Ida states that she could be a mutant, She needed help. That's what the X-Men do. And Psylocke says that's right. But she didn't bring this to the X-Men. She convinced Magic to go along with her scheme and just did it. This is what the X-Men do, but the X-Men are a team. And basically, Psylocke told her that Temper needs to start acting like she's a member of the team. In the past, Magneto and Cyclops are both drinking beers, and one Wild Sentinel attacks Merle. And it's explained that in the present, Temper explains to Piper that a Wild Sentinel is an automated weapon system. The Corps can build itself a chassis from surrounding material. After the Avengers decommissioned the factory in the fight with Orcus, there must have been a stray Corps left over. She called it a zombie sentinel. And, Temper thinks that's actually legit. And Piper said that she knew it was coming for her, and Temper knows what that's like. But Magneto and Cyclops go after the Wild Sentinel, with Cyclops basically saying, "Hey, I can take it down in 3 shots, or I'll get 3 shots at most before it adapts a countermeasure to my optic blast. So if you can give me an opening." And Magneto is able to provide the opening, and the core is and Cyclops destroys the core of the Wild Sentinel. However, Magneto's powers kind of go haywire. Not in a major way, like not destroying the town, but he can't control it. Turns out it's resurrection-linked degenerative sickness. It turns out that there was a price to be paid for Krakoa cheating death, the flaw in the diamond that was Krakoa Resurrection. But Magneto was only resurrected by the Five once. And he wonders, how many times was Scott resurrected? Or he asks how many times Scott was resurrected. Or Quentin Quire. What happens when an Omega level telepath loses control of their powers? In the present, however, it turns out that Piper is not a mutant, as B states that Piper is 100% Homo sapiens sapiens. But Piper she really can't be right. She's so hungry all the time, and she's got cramps and pains, and but now she knows that the Wild Sentinel wasn't after her. But Temper says she'll be at the she'll try and see the protest, and at the very least, Piper's got a friend. However, when Piper lays down to sleep, after she's returned home and her mom's woken up, her hand shifts into a claw, then back to being a hand. She may not be a mutant, but she might not be exactly human. There's an epilogue, however. Beast is going to lunch with, or is preparing to go to lunch with the chief of police, and discussing with Quentin about not basically scrapping his Mark III Quinjet for parts of the Marauder, and he's black-bagged. Someone basically comes up on him and puts a bag over his head, and someone from the diner sees this, at least. So that is where the issue ends. Who kidnapped Beast? Hopefully we'll find out soon. Anyway, solid issue. It's nice to see what happened in the Iron Knight, and why Magneto's basically in a chair. We kind of see. I like the idea that Magneto basically recruited his own. Made a Xavier ploy. I mean, he probably it probably happened. There were probably other points where it happened with him making the to meet, build a team kind of thing with the Brotherhood. But it's kind of neat to see doing so with the X-Men. Anyways, that's going to do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, Patreon, Mastodon, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. Big shout out to Patreon, patron Red Man's Penis. Thank you so much for your support. It is greatly appreciated. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off, saying, live long and rock hard.